You don't know the power of the dark side.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of time. If one only remembers to turn on the light.
The beacons are in the city! The beacons are lit!
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death.
Remember it well, then. This night.
For in those memories, we live on.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Call the banners.
All of them, my lord.
They've all sworn to defend my father, have they not?
They have.
Now we'll see what the words are worth.
But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
What's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Excited, ready to get this I almost said over with, but no, I'm just like ready to get into the meat and bones of all of it.
Yeah. I hear it.
How's your week been going, dude? It's been so it's actually been a surprisingly long amount of time since we've done this. It's been
2 weeks, right?
It's been like June 26th.
Really?
Yeah. I think that was the last one of this because I did let's see.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I know we tried to schedule one not too long ago, but I've had a pretty hectic month.
June 26th. And then my last legally speaking is like a week later. So it's been I haven't done anything but play video games on here.
Yeah. No, I've been, as you know, drowned in work and just not mentally there after work to to want to do this.
Yeah. Well, you know, it takes like an actual fun thing to
that's also true.
Out to really want to participate in this.
Yeah. So this week's been good. It's been nice and relaxed at work and haven't really had much going on. So I'm ready to do this. I started my first graphic novel.
Like drawing or
no reading. I've never actually sat down and read one. So
which one?
Well, I got
so we can all judge you.
See it back there. I got Invincible and I got the Invincible Compendium and then also The Walking Dead, both volume 1. So they're both from Robert Kirkman. So I found I kind of just really enjoy his writing style. And yeah, it's been pretty cool actually. I really like The Walking Dead. That's the one that I started right now.
Okay. Yeah. See, I could never get into The Walking Dead.
The show or just in general?
That's the show, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the show. Look, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. The show is really not that good. The first couple seasons are pretty solid, but
that's what I've heard. That it's a great first like 3 or 4 seasons, and then it just really like falls apart.
It does, and I've only finished the full thing a handful of times, but I constantly go back to watching the first couple seasons. I was having a conversation with someone else, and they, the book is vastly different in terms of the story. So I actually wouldn't mind a reboot eventually, and hopefully a studio that actually, sticks to writer, that sticks to the root of the story. But yeah, that we don't have to linger on that too long. Just
well, I mean, I know a big problem with it is, or not with it, but a big problem with that idea is just where do you find a writer, a studio, a cast, a crew that are willing to stick with something for so long?
I'm not saying stick to it like directly, obviously make creative differences, but the show is so different in comparison to the book I view it as two different entities, essentially.
Okay.
You know, so it's like the only thing that are similar. It's the same characters, but I mean the storylines are. I mean, there's things sprinkled in there that they obviously cherry picked, but you know, it's funny because the show, like Kirkman was heavily involved, I believe, for at least half of the good season. And I vaguely remember hearing that like he kind of viewed that the show was going to be a separate entity and kind of did his own thing with it. And you know, that I can kind of understand why, but at the same time, I would like to see kind of the true what's up?
Have you seen what this dude looks like?
Kirkman?
Yeah.
I think I don't know, pull him up.
Well, I think we know him.
Oh God.
Oh. Who's he look like to you?
Crimson Law to me. Well, we're gonna have to show him this.
Well, I mean, you know, Crimson. I think you owe me some super chats.
Yeah.
I mean, you're rolling in it, man.
Yeah, Karen M. I understand that like it's not for everyone. The show, at least, it's got its you know, for me, it's got its few kind of points that keeps me coming back to it. But I understand it's really not that great of a show overall, you know. But again, it's a guilty pleasure. I don't know why. I like zombies a lot, and I'm not even that into horror. I just, for whatever reason, really like the idea of.
You're not that into horrors.
Horror.
Oh, okay.
Horror.
Horrors.
Yeah.
I still wish I could say it the way that he says it on Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Like I can really get close, but the way that he drops the W, not that the W is really in it, but like he drops the W and gets the other side of the H.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, how's your week going?
What's up, Mash? How are you doing? Chat. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. And it's Wednesday.
Yeah, we're halfway done.
Like, oh my God, it's Wednesday. Dude, I woke up on Tuesday morning. I was standing in my bathroom getting ready to hop in the shower, trying to find the music I was going to listen to. And I went, it's fucking Tuesday. Like I was devastated.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, well, you know, that just means that when I go to bed tonight, it'll be Wednesday. Okay, we'll look at it like that.
Yeah, it's funny as the weeks go, it's like, okay, well, tomorrow's Monday and Tuesday are going to suck, but Wednesday means you're halfway done with the week, and then Thursday means it's one day until Friday, and then Friday means you got one day until Saturday, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's rinse and repeat.
Yep.
But this week's been going by a little bit too long for me because, as you know, I'm waiting for that fresh license to come in so I can go pick myself up a new toy.
Now you're thinking black and 12-inch?
No, fuck you.
Oh my God. I don't know where
if you want to start this game, Caleb, we can get this this stream demonetized if you'd like.
It is Wednesday, Clyde. All right. I don't know if anyone else is sitting here a little weirded out, but I keep sitting here. And so you see your sword behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I keep in my head it keeps jumping to right next to the red, and then the back third of your wall turns blue, and I keep seeing the French Resistance flag.
What?
I don't know. I think I'm going crazy, dude.
The colors are changing because all I see is just my normal white background.
No, just like in my head, it keeps reverting to the French Resistance flag.
Karen M, this is actually I forget what century it is, but it's a ceremonial Knights of Templar sword.
Yeah, X-Wing made it for him.
No. Nope. My buddy gave it to me, or my buddy's dad gave it to me. But I think it's a Spanish Knights of Templar sword. forget though. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Let's
No,
go. He
Caleb
already
woke up. That's why he's acting like this.
shut up. I did not just wake up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so Ghost of Yotei.
Got
Your
it.
favorite game of the year.
Rip the Band-Aid off on this
Gonna be your game of the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously this dropped 2 weeks ago. We're a little late on this, but kind of like you said, Diamond has been really selfish with his time. He just wants to do stuff that he wants to do, hang out with friends that he's apparently made or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck that means, but that's weird.
Yeah, not all of us stay in our apartments. That's what I was doing up until a few weeks ago.
And so this is gameplay deep dive. Did you ever watch this?
No, I didn't have any interest in watching this.
Well, you're gonna watch it now. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We'll probably jump around through it. But basically, one of the things that I want, because I haven't played the original one, Ghost of Tsushima. It's on the list. Yeah, I think it's going to be the one after I finish Witcher 3. Which, I mean, could be a while. Witcher 3 seems to be...
Yeah, knowing you, you'll probably find another game that you're like, actually, I want to play this first.
No, I mean, I really think Ghost of Yotei is up next. I mean, Tsushima.
Tsushima, yeah.
Yeah. Unless they surprise me, Death Stranding 2 comes out 5 months early on the computer. So... I spent a lot of time scrolling through Twitter after this came out, and a lot of what I kept seeing was like, what do y'all expect? His story was over. He became the ghost, all this stuff. So is that true? Like, was his story over?
No, and I've said that on this stream before. The countless times that we've talked about it. I know I've brought it up, but yeah, that's my biggest issue with this game is that it's not even that I disagree with the character, but Jin's story, I believe, had, you spend that whole game and the emotional roller coaster getting to the end of the game, and then for them to announce, you finish it and you, like you said, you finally become like the ghost, and there's still more, like, you can. It's very clear that, like, they set it up so that the Shogun are now coming after you, and then also the Mongols are still there, and you have to finish getting them out. So there's plenty of room for more story there. But yeah, what they've done with it is now thrown. I just don't see a logical reason why you would do this other than the whole DEI kind of bullshit and push, right? Like this is our chance. We've got a following. Now we can show how proud we are, and how, we can do the strong woman character. And I hate to say, this sounds cliche, right, when you kind of bitch about this stuff, but it just keeps happening. It's the same thing with The Last of Us. They did literally precisely that. Like,
I was staying at the reason we didn't do this last week is because Thursday night I had to run up to the main office to say bye to my favorite paralegal who decided to fucking leave the firm, and now I'm pissed off. Go get like a $80,000 raise at another job.
Fucking screw him,
asshole.
He should just stay where he's miserable and not
exactly 100%. And so I was talking to my buddy's wife, and we were all having this conversation about like movies and video games and all this stuff, and the idea of the race swapping came up, and with the big example being Snape right now, because she's a big Harry Potter fan. So I was curious what she was thinking, and she didn't really have a problem with it, as long as the guy does a good job. And I was getting ready to bring up the whole, what about the fact that they basically hang him from a tree, and then mudblood and all this stuff, and she defended it with the fact that it really is kind of like two different worlds, like because there's those parts during the early books where the wizarding families keep having to ask like Hermione and Harry what this thing means and what's a dentist. And
Even
to
the
the point
movies do
that
that.
yeah, but even to the point that you could kind of see how they wouldn't be aware of something that is more in our world like racism, but even still they still have racism because they hate mudbloods.
Yeah,
or a decent number of them do.
That's kind of a cop out.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was saying. And then and then she says something like, well, I mean, like I could understand you being concerned if it happened all the time. And I was like, girl, go look at the list of all the redhead characters that they make black. So that doesn't happen. I was like, look at the list.
Well,
and my phone was dead, so I couldn't show her the meme. But you know what meme I'm talking about, right? That has all those lists.
I haven't, but to say that, like, that it's not to speak like it's not happening all the time is ridiculous. And to her defense, like not everyone is as invested in the internet and is constantly looking at this type of stuff, so they don't really see the problem. Most people are just concerned with other problems, right, in their life, and they use this as an escape. And that's kind of, I think, that's why we are so passionate, right? Because everyone, obviously, entertainment is a form of escape, but that's. Do you see what I'm saying by that? Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Clyde. It's not happening. Well, it really happens. Well, actually, it is good that it happens. That's pretty funny.
This is the meme I'm talking about. So on the left, you have the comic book and the video game character. And on the right, you have them race swapped.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Lego Batgirl.
No, I mean, to say, like, it's okay. It's one thing to argue that it doesn't matter, but it's a whole other thing to argue that it doesn't happen often. I mean, it happens. Like, okay, and some of these, let's be honest, some of these could have just be it's brown, but it's a shade of, a lighter shade of brown.
Who, the person or the comic?
The hair.
Yeah.
A few of them. Gordon, I think. Yeah, Gordon looks like it's supposed to be light brown.
Gordon.
Jim Gordon. It's currently in the bottom right frame.
I mean, on my end, it looks red.
Yeah, I don't know. Even still,
but
the point
it's it's just kind of ridiculous.
Well, what's infuriating to me is when they do it with like historical figures or historical adjacent, kind of like with Rings of Power. Like, obviously elves aren't that's real, but it's still adjacent to history, right? Because
that's what came up is we were my buddy was defending me, and I was like, I don't necessarily, the one we kind of kept oscillating around was James Bond, and he and I were both in the mind that I don't really care about like the Valerians in the show because they've done a good job, but you can't change James Bond. He has to be a white Brit.
Yeah, and that's a little bit different of a. Sorry.
And then she jumped in and was like, "Well, wait, why does it matter if the Valerians are black?" I was like, "Well, because the whole central fight is based on whether or not her children are Lenore's kids."
Yeah,
and she's like, "But their hair isn't." I was like, "No, that's not. It's not the hair. It had nothing to do with the hair." And apparently, this is a common thing that a lot of people think it was the hair and not their skin color.
Well, okay, and this is what I was going to say is I just did a rewatch of House of the Dragon, and that's just a blaring. It just stands out like a sore thumb. Like it's a writing hole that stands out like a sore thumb, right? Because yes, they say that they share blood, right, from way back in the past, and the hair is what they use as the example. But like exactly what you just said there, it's skin color. Like how you can't see the issue with that in terms of a writing standpoint is beyond me. Like my brother.
Well, and there's a reason why they also made Laenor's sister.
Yeah.
Why they also made her black as well, so that you saw what a Targaryen and a Valerian's kids looked like.
So my oldest brother is half black, and if my mom walked around and said, "Oh, he's not half black," everyone would look at her like she's insane, you know, like because that's just how genetics work, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a to me a huge problem in that casting choice, because you're sitting there trying to explain a story of how she's trying to hide the fact that these aren't or that these are sorry, I'm forgetting his name. Valerian, what's his name? I forgot.
Corlys.
Just watched this. No, his son.
Laenor.
God damn it. But you know, she's trying to hide the fact that they aren't his kids, and in the book, obviously it makes sense because the hair is black, right? Like you can pass that off. Same skin color, but it's black. Clearly, if that was the son or the father, they would be black. You know, like that's just it's. I don't understand how people can't find an issue with that, and it's okay if you're okay with it, right? But like at least admit what the reason is why you're okay with it, which is because you think it's important to have the representation. You know, don't sit there and try to hide. You know, gloss that over with your, you know, well, it still makes sense from a writing standpoint. Like it doesn't.
Well, and Cozy brings it up as well. You also need to not sit there and bring this world's science in, because it's two different worlds. It's pretty clear that there are houses that are recessive versus strong. The Baratheons are strong unless they marry a well, no, because even the baby that Cersei lost looked like a Baratheon. So Baratheons are strong too, as far as I think we can tell, every house. Starks are strong versus Targaryens because Jon looks like a Stark.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I was thinking about too when I was watching this was you know, as far as I'm aware, like when it comes to Targaryens, they'll still marry outside. They'll still marry outside of the Targaryen family tree, right?
Yeah.
And they'll still have the silver hair, but then it's kind of convenient that in the show, you know, the original Game of Thrones show, that Jon Snow, like his father's Targaryen, but he still somehow had curly black hair. So it's a little bit inconsistent in my opinion. And that could be on
because the Starks are superior. The Starks are older. Their genes,
like the bloodline is superior.
Yeah, the Stark genes are superior.
Okay, is that written or is that just like an opinion?
I mean, it's I think it's both. I have to go back and find, but there is I think it's when what's his name, when Ned is reading through the
it's written by kings. I was gonna say I mean, you could be right.
What did they say in the Ten Commandments? Show it as said, let it be written. Something like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what? Trust me, bro. Is that what it's written?
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But
I
like
mean,
when he's going through all the bloodlines, it's very clear that the Baratheons are strongest to basically all of them.
No, and I very well.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I could very well just it's my lack of understanding, because I didn't read, but it's
But
inconsistent to me because of
like a lot of Westeros lore is observation.
yeah.
Like it's okay. Here's a pattern. We know. Look, aliens conspiracy. We know how conspiracists love patterns. Just call me Charles. Oh, Charlton Heston was in Ten Commandments. That's right.
Yeah, it just doesn't. To me, it just doesn't add up. Like it makes sense that the father. Well, okay, and I might not understand genetics well enough either, but I thought hair color is the. Is it not the father's?
No, I think it's the specific hair color. Because
okay.
And then it could also depend on your grandparents as well. So I used to know how to do the little graph, the like YYXX
I don't know
little graph thing. Shit. But there are some genes, like I think blue eyes are not recessive. What's the opposite of that? But so blue eyes are like strongest over all other eyes. So if one of your parents has blue eyes, I think it's like a 80% chance your kid's going to have blue eyes. There's definitely a joke in there somewhere that I'm sure you can figure out, but I'm not going to say that on stream. You got it?
No.
Something about blonde hair, blue eyes. Superior.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
The Aryan race.
Oh, thanks, bud.
The superior.
Okay. Ghost of Yotei.
Hey, they believed in it too.
Well, they just believed that anything they looked like was, which I guess is the same thing. Let's see. So I'm assuming this is going to be 20 minutes of hearing a little bit of Japanese with a kind of boring computer English voice over it. Sucker Punch. Well, dude, I mean, they told every single time you booted up the fucking game, they told you.
What?
You thought a studio named Sucker Punch wasn't gonna sucker punch you?
That a little cheap, Caleb.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason Connell and Nate Fox from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima was an honor to be a part of.
It sounds what?
This guy sounds soy. This is Sucker Punch.
Hang on.
He obviously has no problems with anything that they changed.
Look at the private chat. I freaked out there for a second. Just said that out loud.
And today, Nate and I get to share more about our next game,
really
Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah,
We'll be sharing how we've crafted the game around exploration while keeping Atsu's tale of vengeance front and center. We'll also talk about Ghost Combat.
Is Atsu her name?
Yes, so yeah.
And how it's evolved.
I thought it was Yotei.
And we'll introduce for the first
Yotei's
time
Island.
some new special modes of play.
Tsushima is his name.
But let's start things off first by talking about a Japanese folk legend, the Onryo.
So this is the story.
The people of Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost.
Yeah.
It's a little triggering when he says Onryo, because there's a character in there called Yuzo, and it's spelled Ryuzo, and I'm pretty sure the correct pronunciation would be Anyo or something like that, something similar. I'm not gonna pretend to understand or that I can speak Japanese, but a little consistency would be nice. Like they should have taken some time if they're really about representation, they maybe should have had a guy that could at least pronounce this stuff correctly. I'm just gonna. All right.
Well, and these could be people that just they just can't. There's some people just can't pronounce words correctly, like Jay.
So find a guy that can.
Yeah, and while you're editing the video, just cut out your saying of it and put there. I've never done that before.
It should be something like Omnio.
That's like I used to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotei Six, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family.
Is this a cheap story?
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
A little bit, but
like how many of these do we have?
I don't know if it's based off of. I mean, it's okay. Revenge stories are a dime a dozen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're correct.
But it feels like the Japanese story is always a revenge story.
But the misogynist in me would be perfectly okay if this was the second game with Jin. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. You're not misogynistic. I don't know what you're talking
about. After 16 years in the South, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest. It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
So it's Halo Remastered. Gotcha.
By giving you the freedom to explore Atsu's past, the wound of her loss becomes personal. It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotei Six is a near impossible task. She'll face 1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her grows.
Ghost of Yotei focuses on player freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made. But it's also a game that, at its heart, is inspired by so many of our...
Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm on their website, okay? I'm on Sucker Punch Studios' website. Okay. So they're obviously a relatively new studio. Why does every single new tech company look like this?
I was gonna say, it looks like they're about to serve up some burgers and milkshakes.
Yeah. So, okay, this could get sexist. Why is the only person not fucking working this chick reading a book right now? She's just sitting at the table reading a book.
What are you gonna say next, Caleb? Why is that woman walking down the stairs?
Well, no, she clearly is she's clearly going down the stairs to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, to make a sandwich for her boss.
Y'all don't leave, please. But what I wanted to, maybe they're not that old. They were behind Infamous. That young. What I wanted to do is see if I could get a picture of the people in charge. But what jobs do they have open?
I mean,
we don't have any open currently available. Okay. No, so they're not growing. They have it on here twice. I don't know, I just thought this looked like Michelle Wolf.
yeah. Do they have a
Hang on a second. It's the
Do they have
same people in all the fucking photographs.
do they have an intimacy coordinator position?
So
open?
look at it. Here is the same chick here as here. Why is the receptionist in the meeting? And she's down here too.
Because Caleb, I'm not sure you know how this works, but these aren't photos of people that are employed. These are models.
Why not?
Pretty sure she's in 3 of these pictures on the right too.
The only one she's not in is, unless she's in the fucking suit of armor right here. The only one she's not in is the lady going down the stairs. I just find that weird. No one needs permission. Okay, let's get back to Ghost of Yotei.
Favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge of Japan.
I think this would be the part that I'm most excited about. If I was like into these games, which I'm not right now, just because I haven't played the first one, but Japan's a beautiful country, especially like pre-industrialized Japan.
Yes.
So
I still find it beautiful.
Yeah, the ability to just kind of walk around or ride around would be a huge part of what I enjoyed about this game. So I'm guessing, based off of how they talk about exploration being such a big part of this one, that it wasn't a big part of the last one.
Completely false. No, that's one of the best parts about the game. True open world, like in the sense of like, yeah, the map makes you. It's so immersive. It makes you feel like you're there, and they do a really good job of that. The first game, it's not perfect. The first game like has some issues with the AI. It's pretty simple, like interactions with the computer generated characters
Enemies.
And stuff like that. Yeah, it is simple. Hopefully they fix that in this one. But this look, dude, if you could sit through Death Stranding, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like it does give you a vast open world feel. So
yeah, and Death Stranding is Hideo Kojima, who spends more time on ass scenes from Norman Reedus than he does on should we make them walk from here to here.
Yeah, well, and I want to preface it again that it's really the issues I have is the story, not necessarily the gender swap. It's just I think I've said it before too, that this game, I think what it's going to do really well with is the scenery, the graphics, the gameplay, but I think the story is going to kind of hurt. Just because it's going to be in my head the whole time. Like, why didn't you finish Jin's story? And they might eventually, but
yeah, well, maybe it jumps to Jin in the end, and you go, oh my god, we're going back.
No, it's 200 years. It's 200 years in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's that's
hard to do that.
They might go back, but it's also not called Ghost of Tsushima 2, so they could easily if this doesn't perform as well as they want, they could easily just be like Ghost of Tsushima 2 is coming out.
Which is, I think, the best hope, because from what I've heard from the studio, it does sound like they have just moved on. Like Jin's story is done. They are telling the story now.
I haven't seen anything like that. What?
So they put out a interview or an answer on Twitter, probably 2 weeks after this was announced, and they were basically said, we appreciate all the feedback on Ghost of Yotei. We understand that people love Jin. but we consider that story to be told and done, and we are ready to move on to a new story.
Well, look, as long I'm not completely lost hope on these guys
Mhm.
like I have with Naughty Dog, but and Neil Druckmann.
You don't like Druckmann? What's wrong with Druckmann?
We're not going to get into that right now, but if they finish this one out and say her story's done, and then they move on to the next, and it's a samurai, like a true samurai or a ninja, and then they go to the next game and it's a woman, like I'm actually okay with that. It's balanced. They're just like going back and forth, trying to appease both sides, right? And like I'm not going to sit here like an irrational little asshole, right? Like I'm upset, but yeah, like I'm still most likely buying this game, even though I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much as the first.
Yeah, so let's see.
Clyde.
Sadly, she's not black and gay yet. We love Jin Saki, explained Nate Fox in a recent interview with VGC. We spent a lot of years bringing his story to life, but when we set out on the long road to creating a sequel, we wanted to make sure that we wanted to make something that excited us all at Sucker Punch. We think that enthusiasm and love for building an origin story comes through for players being able to experience something very new as well. Atsu's story is very rich and a lot of unexpected things happen, and part of it is getting to know these characters. So while we really love Jinsaki and his story of letting go of his honor and becoming the ghost, we wanted to let players experience the new version of what it is to be a ghost in feudal Japan.
Yeah, so
it's not definite as I made it sound like.
Yeah, no, but the one thing that stood out to me was when they said like the love of creating an origin story. Well, what's the point of an origin story if you don't see it fleshed out?
Exactly.
That's kind of
exactly. You know, what's the point of telling us the beginning? It'd be like if what's his name only did Batman Begins. It's like
yeah, exactly.
Cool, but I mean, like, were you going anywhere with this? Oh, I did not mean to click that. Can you tell it's been a while?
It's all right. Well,
We all have different play styles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experience. Whether that's your curiosity to wonder,
Dude, this shit looks sick.
Combat, or deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures and new areas of the game that could be appealing to you. If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or if you ask about the Kitsune, might lead you to an area filled with snow, deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics.
Okay, that was kind of cool. The guys popping up out of the snow. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Study. Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all.
So in the previous game, let me show you this again. Watch, like, because you kind of see how far it is from the first spot to the second spot.
Deception, enemies ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study. Atsu draws cards for each.
How long
blue
would
light?
that take?
That blue light?
No. The from this spot traveled to to Red Crane Inn down to where the
a long ass time.
Was. Yeah, so
a long ass time.
Really? Okay, so it was like a huge map.
Yeah, it's a big map, man. And there's obstacles too, like rivers, like big mountain ranges.
You can't just walk across.
No.
You got to.
It takes a long ass time. Hey, I'm sorry to do this to you. Let me grab a drink real quick.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. What's up, Irish? How are we all doing? I'm just completely ignoring the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Ninny, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good time. And Cozy, yes, Mount Fuji makes for some beautiful photos. Your female pit bull. Is that code for something, or do you have a female pimple?
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But yes,
Each clue to keep.
I was just confirming, reconfirming. Yeah, it takes a long time, but what's nice, you can fast travel. I like to choose not to because you never know what you're going to find on the way over there.
Yeah.
Whether it's somewhere to loot, new enemies to fight, that type of thing. So
now, are you stuck with the same? Because I know it's an RPG, but some RPGs tend to, or sometimes do go away with having the ability to like not necessarily upgrade weaponry, but just get new shit. Are you completely new? You can. Okay, good.
That's one of the really fun parts about this game is that you're constantly getting new, like different gear, new cosmetics for your gear. And if you like run out of something in the middle of the fight, which I find nice, hardcore players might find this as like cheating, but like you can swap out, like you run out of like a throwable, you just swap it out for a different throwable, and then you can continue your fight.
I like that.
Track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the game unfolds for you. As she makes progress against the Yotei 6, her legend as the Onryo grows. It's hard.
It seems that this has talked a lot less about like exploration and more about gameplay. I feel like this is the wrong area.
We're also quarter of the way through.
Well, so this section is described as exploration.
Oh, that actually makes a lot more sense.
God, that was incredible. That, not so much.
I'm surprised they didn't update that.
Of reflection. Finding one inspires Asu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead. They are fun to find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer. Ghost of Yotei isn't going to rush you through anything. You can choose what motivates you most. But we think the best way to play is to simply pull out your spyglass, find something interesting on the horizon, and enjoy the ride.
That's right.
Yeah, so they gave you a spot. So that's new, by the way.
Okay.
Probably with the 200 years in advance. I don't think they were making class in the last one.
So flower streams get you going faster.
So it's that's also new. Wait, was that confirmed?
Yeah, it just said it down here.
Yeah, so that's definitely new.
Will give Atsu a boost.
That's definitely new. I thought you were going to say that they'll guide you, and that's kind of how it was. Which is what makes the world so immersive, is that your surroundings help guide you. So, like the wind, I imagine they're going to bring it back. The wind will actually blow the grass and the leaves in the direction that you're supposed to go for a pinpointed mission, or
that's cool.
Guide point, so that like you go into a big thing of a field, and if you get lost, for me at least, you swipe up on the PlayStation controller, and it'll show, the wind will blow and it'll show you where to go, so you don't get completely lost. It is nice.
Cool.
Yeah, like I said before, it's very visual, you know, interactive. I mean,
The lands around Yotei are vast. It's not about checking it all off. It's about engaging.
Do you think you can get up to Mount Fuji?
I mean, I don't even know if Mount Fuji's.
Is that not it right there?
It might be based off of it. I don't know, but
So-
you know, Tsushima and Yotei are fictional lands
Oh, okay.
in Japan.
Were there giant mountains in Tsushima?
Yes.
Could you climb them?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I like climbing mountains.
Yeah, then you get stuck on them, so getting down's not always as easy.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's talk about.
Well,
I don't really care about the music, so let's look at this combat and then we can move on.
Can we look at the armor too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
God, so they give you a longsword?
My guess is you can probably pick sort of like.
Well, it looks like you've got three. You've got
Yeah.
a longsword,
like
a
the one in
tanto,
charge.
and a normal katana.
we feast.
Yeah,
don't
but
know how
my
I
guess
feel
is you can
about
probably pick your form of combat like you can in Souls-like games.
Yeah, well, they give you the last game. They give you 4 different stances.
Blades are great.
Okay,
But range
stance is sort of like Jedi.
I believe it's stone, water, wind, and I'm forgetting the last one. Moon stance.
Okay.
So you have to choose the style of combat per type of enemy, which I like. So like a guy with a shield, you have to choose I believe the moon stance. A big berserker style dude, you want to use I forget the other stance. I think it's stone or something like that, but yeah, that's all really.
weapons work too. And
Oh,
Atsu's
ranged
got
weapons, nice.
an arsenal.
Ooh.
Yeah, they are bringing the rifle back.
Bounty hunter.
You probably should have shot the boss in the face.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
Okay, I do like that. Not gonna lie. And this is what I was saying. I thought they were gonna improve on the gameplay, but fuck.
No more.
Tell me what you know about Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt, including a mysterious wolf.
Okay, so that right there, you can get into
set up
duels.
camp under the stars.
You get into what?
You can get into duels. So that kind of freeze frame they showed you there with the wolf standing there, you can when you see them start moving to attack, you press the buttons and then you do your counter attack. And if you time it correctly, you kill them. If you don't, they take a considerable amount of health from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's a Vezo. But she's not always alone.
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead. It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you. In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Azel. Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell. Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden in a big open-world game. At campsites,
I mean, not really. Buy. Always.
members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring. The game comes to you.
Okay, so I think this is armor.
While
Yep.
exploring Ezo, you'll discover
And we
all
kind of
sorts
skipped.
new armor.
We don't have to watch the whole
It's a
thing.
short amount. It's not that long.
Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused? Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you.
Okay, I
And
like
of
that they give
course,
you.
Customize the look of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights.
It was
just
okay
the
with
way
the
you
exception
want.
of that middle one. That the let's see. So this one was okay. And
Customize the look of your armor and
this
weapons
one was terrible. I
I'm
don't
saying,
like doing it on this
fucking
one.
cupcakes.
Yeah.
to make sure
But-
that your version of Atsu
This
Look-
one
this-
was also okay. It was just, it's like,
Yeah.
you need to choose. Sometimes it looks really good, and sometimes it looks like shit.
And that's
If it looks like shit, don't do it.
when does this game get to the Philippines? What's up, Sean? That's the thing that I was worried about. That like female centric, female lead. That they're going to go female like oriented with the cosmetics too.
Mhm.
Like.
Well,
Again,
also, she looks not good.
Yeah, like they should. Fucking Caleb. Like they should have taken honestly a page out of Ubisoft's book for once in a lifetime that give you the choice of going, or Cyberpunk did the same thing. Give you the choice of the character. Like if you want to show the representation, sure. And I understand that kind of defeats the purpose of the representation because 90% of games are male characters, but who's 90% of the, I hate to say it like that, but I mean, let's be honest, the majority of gamers are dudes.
The vast majority. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like it's not even close. It's like 90-10.
Yeah, so I'm not even incorrect by saying that, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too
and
grifty.
fights just the way you want.
Okay, that one looks sick too. Some of these do look dope. I'm not gonna lie.
That last one was a little gay, but
fuck, it's kind of hard to.
okay.
I'm-
I tell you what, they spend a lot of time talking. They spend more time talking about the music than they do any other section of this thing.
I'm so schizophrenic with this game. It's not even funny. I'm like, I see some things, I'm like sick, and then like the other stuff, I'm like, God fucking damn it, just let me have Jin.
Yeah.
let me be Jin.
I really. When does this come out?
I don't even fucking know, but I have this strange feeling like it's going to be another like Jedi situation where I play like a little bit and then don't touch it for 2 years. And then
October 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's gonna
I
be
could-
something like
I
that,
could do
or
Tsushima by then.
I hope it's not a situation where it's like The Last of Us, where I buy the game, play like 45 to an hour, and something drastic happens, and I'm like, all right, I'm never touching this game again.
Yep. I'll tell you what, my new favorite Twitter account is Winter Winter out yet? They send like 2 tweets a day. Nope. Love it.
What's next for us?
Just nothing to really like blow your socks off in that. Nothing to get
I
you
wasn't
like,
expecting anything.
I feel like they should have taken the time on that one to attempt to change people's minds, but they didn't. And Sean, I actually am taking that week off work.
Wait, so what? Can you fill me in on what the significance of that week is?
That's when Ghost of Yotei comes out.
Oh,
yeah.
So why are you taking it off that week?
Well, I'm taking that week off because that's really the next available week for me to take my full week off, and because I could do the first week of August, but I just had a bunch of time off in July, so I can't really do that. Doesn't feel fair. I'm not going to do the first week of September because I already have that Monday off for what do you call it? Labor Day. But I am going to take like 2 days after it off. So October is really the first like fair month for me to use my full week of vacation. Hey, I need you to hold it down for a second.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, chat, what's going on with everyone? Sundowners, I was actually meaning to text you. I'd like to set something up soon, to be honest, to fly out to Nashville, hang out, something like that pretty soon here. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty devastated is kind of it's a little melodramatic, but that is kind of how I feel about the Ghost games. I do think that they have a lot going for them as long as they keep should you get Labor Day off? I mean, I was in the trades for a good while there, Sean, so that is fair though. Right,
sorry, I had to go drop the Obamas off at the pool.
You did not do it that way.
No.
I was gonna say it's normally the Obamas dropping someone else off at the pool, but like their chefs, like their personal chefs.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Actually,
you are one person to talk to me about not doing work. You work like 3.5 hours a week.
Breezy, I'm sure you're gonna have something to say, but I'm an electrician, so.
You were an electrician.
I'm still in electrical.
But now you're a project man. Now you work in the office now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You sold out, is what they say.
Hey, at least I know how to use my tools.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. I just don't have a lot of them.
I'd like to see that. I know you've told me. I know you tell me.
What do you want me to build, put together, tear apart?
Let's just say twisting a screwdriver doesn't count.
I mean, it definitely counts. It's just not the same thing as like running electrical around a building.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to use a screwdriver for part of that too. So
no, I was kind of poking fun because everyone says on a job site that exactly. That's it. That was actually perfect timing. I knew he was gonna go there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, dude. I tell you what, I love sending you all of these electrical memes.
Really? Because some of them you send me, I'm like, I don't want to watch a guy getting fucking blown up and falling off of a goddamn ladder or something like that. No, I Breezy's, I knew exactly. I was trying to tee that up. Everyone fucking says that. They're fucking drama queens. They don't clean up after themselves until they need power. And then it's like, hey, electricians, can you help me out here?
What was the one that you were like, dude, I do not want to see that? I think I found it.
If it's the guy getting blown off the power line, I sent you that one.
So here it is. He doesn't get blown off the power line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Breezy's. It's like, okay, yeah, this is one of the ones you said, oh, dude. I do like it makes my hands sweat sometimes watching.
So
this shit.
I have been electrocuted, and
Yeah.
this does make me go, oh.
Well, time for my actually moment. Electrocuted is like you die. Being shocked is another thing. Electrocuted is like high voltage or like lightning strikes you. That's electrocution.
Okay. Yeah,
But yeah,
cool.
that's a actually moment for me.
Actually, he's in the chat.
Yeah, hand sweat helps condemn that. Dude, I hate watching shit.
The worst part about this is this asshole is just sitting here filming him.
Dude.
Like, I mean, I know I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but if you go up there and like try to pull him off, you're gonna get
like they
well.
teach you to find a 2x4 or a broom, a wooden broom, or even plastic would work, but like something non-conductive to put them off.
Yeah, but like,
no, the thing is about these videos, Caleb, is that like since the day I started from trade school to like learning actually on in the field how to work, like everything is based around safety when it comes to electrical because it's so dangerous to work on that. Like half of what you have to, I would even say 60-40, like 40% is learning technique. The other 60% is learning how not to kill yourself while you're dealing with an element like electricity, so like when I see people doing shit like for instance, in that last video, they're on a metal ladder. Like you don't do that as an electrician. Yeah. You've got fiberglass ladders, right?
Even I fucking know that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is. And safety is the first thing, it really is the most important part. So when I see videos like that, like when I got the video I sent you with the dude, like he grounds himself between the hot and the neutral power line. Like, I mean, he 100% was dead after that video because he's probably taking, I don't even know what to guess what he got hit with, but it was, yeah. I just, that type of shit just makes me fucking start sweating every time I watch it. Like,
well, fuck. I tell you, I sent you this video of this electrician game. You need to get this, dude. You need to like critique it and be like, no,
yeah,
that's not the way you do it.
Breezy's, I'd say at minimum, and the amperage is really what I was kind of considering. I mean, it could have been anywhere between 400 to 1200 amps on a power line. It just depends on how far down the line that circuit is. But yeah, it for instance, when we open up a panel, when we open up a panel, it's like we have to have paperwork in place. People are suited up. And I'm working commercial, so we would deal with a lot higher power than like a house is. With the house, I just hit the main and then go into the sub panel. It's simple. It's
well, that's
it's not
like
as sketchy, but like commercial, when you're dealing with 480 volt and medium voltage, yeah, good luck. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like 12. So they teach you at trade school. It takes 1 to 2 amps to kill you. Doesn't matter the voltage. 1 to 2 amps with with a high voltage, you're.
Oh my god, dude! This is that video you're talking about.
But like we're putting
I forgot which one you were talking about.
We're putting in services that are sometimes 1200 amps, and it takes 2 to kill you. So just think about that for a moment, right? Like. No, this is a different one, but I also don't want to watch this one.
Dude, he's
hugging that. He's hugging that coil like it's not.
Sure, it's off.
Oh my god. I mean, not necessarily. It's just he's not connecting. He's not completing the circuit like what Prius is saying. Oh god.
Or she.
Yeah, well, I just thought that was a dude, to be honest, based off the face, but
I mean,
wrong.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh, dude. Now, if they went like that and touched both of them, I'd like to see what happened after that. Not even, probably just boom.
Well, it's like, I think every now and then you see videos of. I saw one of not birds landing on the wires, but one landed on, I think, either one that they had like an accident happened and they hadn't turned it off yet, and a bird lands and it just poof. It's like, well,
yeah,
a chicken.
Yeah, I mean, dude, so it's pretty common when you're working a building to set up temporary power, which means get alignment up to the pole, get the hot and the neutral off of the pole and bring it down to the floor level. Some idiot homeless guy was like, I'm going to steal this wire, and climbed the pole and grabbed both of them at the same time. And they literally, like, we all heard about it at our site because they said, oh yeah, some homeless guy just got picked up with missing both of his arms because he grabbed the main electrical lines coming off of the city street poles. And they found him at the base of the pole, like still alive, but in shock, and was missing from his forearms down. And
Did you mean to say in shock?
No, that's no pun intended on that one. But they found him just staring, still alive, staring, no arms, and just sitting at the base of the pole. Just like, dude, I can't. I don't know. I forget if he died or not at the hospital, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah, dude. And the thing is copper is like considered a rare earth metal or something like that. So people basically people know that you can collect copper and go sell it, right? So
yeah,
like they people get brave and they think like, oh yeah. This one, they might steal some and be like, oh, this one's probably dead too. And then they touch it or try to cut it. And all of a sudden they're missing a hand, dead, something like that. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Breezies. Exactly. Yeah. It's normally crackheads and meth heads. It really is.
And the fucking companies they pay for it.
Well, and it's funny. Now you might not understand this fully, Caleb, but like I'm sure Breezy's will. It's a general contractor is always going to try to push their subcontractors to get their work done as fast as possible. That's just how it works, because the quicker we get our work done, the quicker we get paid. Yeah. But they're always saying like, hey, can you come pull this wire? And then we're sitting there thinking like, no, because if we pull this wire right now, this and that isn't done yet, and that wire is going to be sitting out there on the job site dead for 2 weeks, a week. And that, who are you going to pay for the $100,000 worth of wire we just pulled? No, you're not. Right? Like, and not $100,000, but like 30 grand, 40 grand. Yeah. Like you bring that up to them, like, okay, so if this wire gets pulled out of all of our conduits on like overnight, who's paying for that? And then they all of a sudden they go, yeah, that makes sense. We'll get on the other trades to finish their work first, Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna go missing. Paid by the job, not by the hour. Yeah, no, I mean it's true. I like Breezies.
So one the big thing that this was supposed to have, but someone here wanted to hang out with people in real life for some reason. Tomorrow, there is an announcement trailer for Battlefield 6. We got the teaser today. This is not actual gameplay.
We interrupt our regular programming
with an unexpected attack.
Private military operation known as Organisation Militaire Privée, connu sur le nom de Pax Armada. A full-scale attack. NATO Secretary General Hawthorne assassinated today inside NATO's headquarters.
Pax operative behind the Brussels. Issued warnings to all NATO
source close to him was quoted saying, "A direct attack on NATO."
Mobilizing
further operations. Nations are leaving NATO to join a new coalition with destabilize world security. Pax Armada claiming responsibility. Hostile forces invaded the British overseas
territory of Gibraltar.
From Pax.
Thoughts?
I mean,
it doesn't really give a lot away.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a NATO
yes
war.
I'm actually really hoping that it shits on Call of Duty. I really am.
Dude, this would be because it's coming out in October. So I don't think we know quite yet when, but the rumor is like October 8th. And then I think Black Ops 6 is early October as well. No, is that Black Ops 7? Because 6 just came out, right?
I think it's 7, yes. It is 7.
Okay, it doesn't give me an actual date. It just says 2025 full title reveal.
No, I am
reportedly set to launch November 14th.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm sure the gameplay will be a lot different, like it normally is from Call of Duty. But it just, dude, Black Ops 6 was fun. Like I was excited for the round-based zombies, and I even jumped into online. But it gets, dude, within 2 months, you're like, all right, well,
that, and then they just start
replayability.
They just start throwing gay shit in it.
Yeah, I don't want to be sitting there getting my fucking shit kicked in, because let's be honest, unless you're a pro, you have games like that every time you jump on, where you just get your shit kicked in bad. I don't want to sit there already be pissed off that I'm not playing well, and a fucking unicorn is farting rainbow clouds at me. Yeah, exactly. Shit like that is just, and it's also, it's like, what are you, like, think about this is, to me, very intentional, like to take something like the military, right, where you already have this convoluted and unrealistic viewpoint of the military when you're playing a military game. Like, it's a game. Like, think about it like that, right? Like, this is like kind of more on the serious side, and then you start injecting like gay stuff in there, wheelchairs, like it just, something sits really wrong with me. And I'm hoping Battlefield kind of does a little bit more respect on that
realism
side. Yeah, exactly. Like maybe not to the level or to the extent of 6 days in Fallujah, but you know.
Well, and that's the thing, for a long time you played Call of Duty if you kind of wanted to fuck around and shoot the shit with your friends, and then you played Battlefield if you wanted to go into the like nitty gritty. Like, I mean, still to this day, like probably the most fun I've ever had on Battlefield was I don't even remember the name of the map. Anyone in the chat's gonna remember it. Field form.
I think I started on Battlefield 2 with China. I think so.
So I love my favorite. I think my favorite one was Siege of Shanghai, and that's the one with the giant building.
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about. What is that?
Yeah, so there's a couple of those maps. Battlefield 4's was Siege of Shanghai, and if you shoot the base of it enough, it collapses. Which was fucking fun.
I am thinking of Battlefield 2. That's where the first one I played.
Yeah, the Battlefield 2 Bad Company is the first one a lot of people played. Or Battlefield Bad Company 2, I think is what it is.
No. See, Battlefield Bad Company 2 was around Modern Warfare 2. I'm thinking of
straight up Battlefield 2.
Yeah, straight up Battlefield 2.
Okay.
Hello.
So the first one I played was
this is 100% the first one I played.
So I remember the first really big one for me was 1943. It was the like arcade game that they released on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And it was literally just fighting in the Pacific, and all it was multiplayer. There was no campaign, but it was so much fun.
This is getting me pumped. I'm actually pretty stoked for this.
Let's see.
Yeah, because I remember Battlefield 2, like straight up Battlefield 2 was like, I think I was around like 10, maybe 10, 11.
Yeah, I think the first one I played was Battlefield 2 Modern Combat.
And you know what I like about this, where you have the video paused on?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is by design. Like they're kind of taking a shot at Black Ops, in my opinion. They're doing
The
white
color of the font?
Yeah, color of the font, the
bit.
font itself. It's a little reminiscent of the Black Ops games.
Yeah. Clyde, I would remind you that Road to Rome is literally like 2 years younger than the ones that we started on. So
I gotta take a leak, Caleb.
Don't fall in. Yeah, so what I think we're gonna see is this is gonna end up being sort of a NATO versus this what's it called? Pax Amrata. Now the thing that makes me a little nervous is the only I forget what Pax in Latin is. Peace. Okay, yeah. So there's 3 big Paxes, I guess, eras of peace throughout the world. There's Pax Romana, which is when Rome had the largest army and largest navy. There's peace throughout the world. There's the Pax Britannia, when Britain had the largest navy. There was relative peace throughout the world. And now there's the Pax Americana. And while there's still shit that kind of pops up, it's still an overall peaceful world. So what I'm slightly concerned about is that for the last 2 Paxes have been based off of navies. Is this going to be based off the navy as well? Like, are we going to see a lot more like boat warfare, kind of like some of those missions in Battlefield 5 or 4, where you were kind of ship to ship on the fast boats, or is it just, hey, this is a cool
the little dinghies?
Yeah,
you mean, or yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm hoping for a little bit more of like a Coast Guard centric game.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so never mind. I thought you were gonna laugh at that. Did you hear what I said?
Coast Guard centric game?
Yeah.
You just made fun of the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about like
no, I was talking about the Coast Guard branch of the military.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fucking hilarious. I thought I was giving you a lot of credit. I thought you were trying to be like, I'm kind of hoping for like a mix of like on boat and then on land. But no,
I was just being a troll.
Funny.
But I do like the idea of the whole NATO thing, because that's kind of something that comes up in civilian.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, NATO
right?
is a big topic right now.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at they almost act as like, and okay, for someone like me who's like, I love conspiracies, the UN feels almost like a precursor to a world government type of strong arm,
Gee, really?
So you can't say it like that, because you always give me shit for being into conspiracy theories, but that one's actually like, you can start tracing it, right? In the world economic.
I give you shit for being into like really weird ones. That's like, I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. I think
it is like, because it's not, you can't really point that like that, but it's logical. That's a logical one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe in like the crazy ones. I just will entertain.
You just like talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the UN, yeah, when you look at the UN and the in combination with the World Economic
Forum.
Why am I forgetting the last part of that? Yeah, exactly. Though it's like this excites me to see kind of how they played on that story, right? Like, is it going to be us, or individual countries versus the UN? Is that kind of?
So I think what this probably ends up being is NATO forces versus. Well, and so you see in the trailer, France leaves NATO. So I did think this was funny. I'm gonna try to stop it. Does the NATO Secretary General look a little like Pete Hegseth?
Maybe, but
You think I'm reading into that one?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what Pete Hegseth looks like. I mean, I do know what he looks like, but like not enough to connect it.
To like pick him out.
Yeah. Pete cross with Macron. Yeah.
That is the one we're going to talk about tomorrow night on Legally Speaking. Macron has sued Candace Owens for
married to a tranny,
for perpetuating the idea that he's married to a tranny. He has sued her for that. So that's gonna be fun.
And I think the whole Trump versus Obama thing right now is pretty fucking.
All this
dude's
shit.
lighting him up right now.
we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to spend some time tomorrow at work reading up on some stuff and So
General Hawthorne assassinated today inside NATO's headquarters.
Tax operative behind the Brussels. Issued warnings to all.
Source close to him was quoted saying,
"A direct attack on NATO. Mobilisiert weitere.
Mobilizing further operations.
Nations are leaving NATO."
Yeah, so France leaves NATO. It looks like we're going to get into the Middle East somehow. It looks like the Pax coalition meets in Cairo. So we're going to get into sand dunes somewhere. I think this could be cool. I feel like you basically need to take portions of Battlefield 4 and just update it.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, Battlefield 4 was like U.S. or coalition forces versus Russia.
And we never know. They might kind of tie into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the previous installations of this franchise. It's funny too. It's like why I think this is going to work pretty well for folks like us is, when I was getting into firearms, like I was getting kind of taught that like you want to, when you start buying firearms, kind of choose. Okay, no. Let me reframe that. That like the guy that who I was kind of like who was teaching me how to shoot and stuff, he was kind of a nut, and he was thinking like you want to go for like 223 and 5.56 NATO rounds, like selecting guns, because if everything goes to hell and NATO gets deployed, like that's what they're going to be firing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
mm-hmm.
So you want to be able to collect those. And I'm not saying that like that's way
I get it.
But yeah, it's kind of like it's a safe thought process to kind of.
I literally have like I if I lean this far, I look at half of my stockpile.
You gonna keep playing it, or are we gonna keep talking about?
Oh, I was just trying to make it awkward.
Yeah.
Clyde's right. I mean, at the end of all this, France definitely surrenders.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game, mea culpa. We give
up. Or they just lose and blame the English.
Yeah.
To join a new coalition with
destabilize world security.
Armada.
So attacks in Gibraltar, Belgium. This is where NATO headquarters is. What is this?
I am not good enough at geography to know to even begin to start guessing what that is.
Yeah, I mean it's not Istanbul.
Well, that's a G, so
yeah,
I would expect it not to be.
I mean that's Georgia, but all the other ones are. Oh no, those are countries. So yeah, so attacking Georgia, either in Batumi or Poti, something like that.
Responsibility.
Hostile forces invaded
the British overseas.
So we got the British coming in. Yeah. Fuck with Gibraltar. You know what? Literally the only place in Britain the Yahtzees didn't want to fuck with was Gibraltar.
Territory of Gibraltar.
Okay. Oh, I noticed this. Look at that Battlefield 6. That is the old look of Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are, it really does kind of feel like they're pulling out some nostalgia bait in this.
Well, I mean, it shit, call me crazy, but it might seem that like even Call of Duty are acknowledging that their fan base are the older crowd, right? That are, and are tired of all the bullshit.
They put fucking Beavis and Butthead in the thing. I don't know a single 12-year-old. I don't know any 12-year-olds, but I don't know anyone younger than 30 that knows what Beavis and Butthead is.
Not only that, but like appeasing us zombie fans and giving us the round based like that's a callback and trying to pull the older fans. Like it worked for me. I haven't bought a Black Ops or Call of Duty game for fucking years, and when they announced that they're coming back to round based, immediately I was like, yes, I'll buy this. And it's I think you are correct that this is trying to bring back those because dude, back in the day when you and I were in high school, Battlefield and Call of Duty were like that's prime. That was prime for them, and those lobbies were the funnest I've had gaming.
Absolutely,
for both of these games.
Now, are you going to go see Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I am actually.
Really? Okay. Let's talk about round. I think we'd probably be in round 4 or 5 of this, but I think it's fair to say that the Me Too movement did a lot to ruin Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Now I am looking forward to seeing Pedro Pascal get Me Too'd. Because
that's this one.
I've never seen someone more touchy of people that they are not in a relationship with than this man.
No, I think this is a sign of him being gay. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you think he's trying to overcompensate?
Yes, and I think the whole thing that like, oh, I have crippling anxiety and I need the touch of someone to help me. Like, no. Dude, it's fucking Hollywood. Like, since I was a 10-year-old, they had that. What was that fucking People magazine? Bro, people like fucking people are so like are in such need of escape that they need to know about. That's why you have paparazzi. Like, people need to know about what actors are dating who and all this other bullshit. Tell me one time you've heard of Pedro Pascal. Like, Pedro Pascal's officially dating this fucking chick, or Pedro Pascal seen with this chick, like, and it's People magazine and topics like that are like, have switched over to something like, Twitter and shit. But at the end of the day, it makes no difference.
The thing that I find so weird about this is, we had the video of them at something, him and Vanessa Kirby at something like probably 4 months ago. And he like initiates it. I think he put like he grabbed her hand or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. He like rubs her arm.
Yeah,
her
every
forearm.
single one now Like, look, this is her doing this.
No, I've seen this.
Like,
I really do think, like, dude. I mean, bro, I don't know if you could find it, but the one of him at like some sort of like festival or something where he's got that like glowing stick, and I'm not going to make the motions, but he's like
smart man. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure this fucking guy is gay, which is whatever, but like, I mean, come on, dude. I don't think so. She's got the baby of Paul Rabel inside of her right now. Paul Rabel. It's kind of funny. Like he's a pro lacrosse player, dude. He was huge when I was in high school playing lacrosse. Paul Rabel was fucking huge.
Hang on. Can you say that again?
What? Paul Rabel?
No, she's got the baby of Paul Rabel inside. That's such a weird way of saying it.
She's pregnant with Paul Rabel's fucking child, and this woman is groping his neck. Like, you can't tell me she hasn't had that conversation with him. Like, hey, this guy's gay, and we're trying to keep the publicity off of it. Are you okay with me? Just like, it's gonna look weird. Things are gonna come out. Like, that's what normal people would do. Or she's just a whore. I don't think that's the case. But
Well, did you see
risk it? Come on, man. No, I don't believe that for a second. Have you seen the fucking photos? Okay, pull up.
How about this one?
Pull up Pedro Pascal Met Gala for a second, please.
Look at this.
That is not his kid. Yeah, exactly. Pedro likes guys. I am almost positive of this.
The Met Gala?
Yes, red Met Gala trench coat photo. The one that I made X-Wing a
Hang on a second. You did not do that. I did that.
Did you?
You're talking about
I know I was a part of it. I think I told you to do it or something. I know
You're talking about
dude, I'm pretty sure I made that.
You're talking about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made this.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, and I can dig it up. I'm pretty sure I told you to make that.
That's X-Wing is Pedro Pascal.
Still, pull up the actual old one though. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Breezy's, and it's technically her fiance. But okay, no straight dude is walking out in public.
Absolutely.
In public looking like
now
this.
What I will say is if you ever want to see people looking just the complete gayest you could possibly look, Google Met Gala.
Yeah. Wait, he can be gayer than a pride parade. Dudes will screw anything that will let them. That does not really logically add up, Rizkit. It just doesn't.
Like, literally the only person that I think has ever gone to the Met Gala and looked straight was Adrian Brody.
Okay.
There's your favorite director.
That is not my favorite director. I don't think I've ever said Taika Waititi was my favorite director ever in my lifetime. And I'm how I am with movies and directors.
Oh, and of course, the great Roger Federer is also the only one that shows up. And
so
looks
that's
straight.
like a normal, like that's how I expect people to dress.
That's a normal human being.
Yeah. Okay, Caleb, look at chat for a second. Yeah. Keep reading from here on down. Tell me if I'm crazy.
He can be gayer than a pride parade. Dudes will screw anything that will let them. I'm going to tell you right now, so I disagree with that because gay men exist. I'm not going to go screw gay men.
Yeah. No, but if they let you, right? According to
No, I'm not. Like, I'm not going to risk it. What are we talking about, man?
Now he pulls out the yawns. What if it was a threesome?
No.
What, he accidentally splurged in the chick?
It's totally gay if you look at him.
Dude.
Oh my god.
No, honestly, after seeing all that shit though, it's like the only logical answer I can come up with is that she talked to her fiance, who's the father of that baby, and is like, "Look, like we have to do this. Like you're gonna see some shit. You know, can you try to prepare him for that, right? Because as a man, if I saw my woman doing that in public, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? You know, if she didn't tell me, like there had to have been a conversation. All right, well, risk it. It sounds like you're speaking from experience.
So let's see. Okay, can you? I don't know if my computer will let you hear this. Okay, we'll do on this one. Okay, let me open that one.
Oh, we're still on the Pedro.
Yeah.
Pedro's
Let me know. Can you hear this?
Nope.
Okay, so I was trying Control F and typing stuff in until it got to the the ding that happens if it doesn't find that on the screen. So this is what we're going to look at, okay? This is a list of the 100 best podcasts of all time. The most innovative, influential, and informative listens in the history of the medium. These podcasts reflect the depth, breadth, and possibility of the medium at its best. Now, number one is not this one, so it's just a list of them. So there's 100 of them. Okay, so six a section. I mean, what would Rogan be under? News and politics.
I mean, dude, he covers everything.
Okay, well let's just go through the thing. I mean, we don't even have to read them. 30 for 30. Yeah, I think that's a pretty big one. So here's 12. Let's count it off though. Okay, so 12, 18. I'm not really sure. I'd say wasn't Call Her Daddy one of the ones that Kamala went on that got like 1,000 views? I'm not really sure I'd call that like one of the most important. So we're at 18, 24. Conan. I've watched some of Conan's. It's pretty funny. Again, I'm not really sure I'd call it one of the most important ones. 24.
Okay. I'm sorry.
30.
I just I just looked up like even a liberal ass thing like Google is saying per episode 11 million listeners per episode.
Yeah. You're jumping the gun, buddy. You're busting your load early.
Okay.
30, 36. I have no idea who Ezra Klein is. 42.
I don't know who 90% of these.
Amy Poehler apparently has one of the most important podcasts in the world. 42, 48, 50. Nope. Okay, now the whole thing's kind of busted. New Heights is one of the largest ones, definitely. But I wonder if Joe Rogan's is on here. I mean, it would have to be, right?
No.
Yeah. J-O-E. 0.
Oh, and this is from New York Times?
No, this is from Time.
Which covers New York Times, right?
No, Time is Time Magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is New York Times not a subdivision of Time?
No.
Okay. So they're unrelated.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan's the Joe Rogan Experience is not on the list from Time Magazine of the top 100 best podcasts of all time. Let's see how they chose. Oh God, they're just You're folding your laundry or going on for a run or preparing your kids' lunchboxes, and you need something in your earbuds. Maybe you want to catch up on the latest news or hear the hottest take on last night's game. Maybe you're eager to hear a film critic tell you what's worth streaming this weekend, or listen to a celebrity interview that makes you laugh or inspire a cathartic cry. Maybe you want to play detective in a true crime mystery. If you've ever stared blankly at Spotify or YouTube, wondering what to press play on, there's something for you in the list of the 100 best podcasts ever made. Reviewing the nearly decades worth of best of lists I compiled since I started on the podcast, since I started on the podcast, laid bare. You're missing a comma there, bitch. Just how much the medium has changed.
Fucking Caleb.
I mean, look, we have grammar.
No,
in
I
this
hate
world
that
for
shit.
A fucking reason.
I hate that shit when I'm reading an article and they fuck up on grammar. Like if I'm calling it out, I know it's bad.
There should be a comma right there, right?
Yeah.
Since I started on the podcast, laid bare just how much the medium has changed.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Once upon a time, you didn't have to be an A-lister with a professional studio setup to find overnight fame. The like of Roman Mars, Mike Duncan, Sarah Marshall, and Michael Hobbs, another dude's name, and Phoebe Judge all became famous names in the podcast space without the boost of a Hollywood career. I don't know any of those names. I might know Mike Duncan.
Sarah Marshall? No, that's from a movie. Forgetting.
Yeah,
Sarah
that's
Marshall.
a movie. Yeah. But I mean, I would understand you not remembering it. You probably forgot the name.
The movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall is hilarious, but yeah.
But forgot the name.
Yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yeah, I got it.
Between the mid 2000s and the mid 2010s, all you needed was a microphone, a dream, and a dream of cutting an ad deal with MailChimp. This bitch is talking about stuff no one reading this article knows about.
Okay, so you know what's funny, Caleb? Like I didn't even know we were going to talk about this or go over this.
I didn't either.
And earlier, like maybe a day ago or something, I was reading comments on a YouTube short, and someone had said like, "Oh yeah, Joe Rogan's one of the most influential like people today," and a bunch of comments started flowing after. Commenting on his shit and saying like, "Oh, Joe Rogan's influential," all this other bullshit. And I'm sitting there like laughing at it because one of the people that were defending that comment were like, "Well, I mean, yeah, when you've got when he's playing a crucial role in an election, I think it's safe to say he's influential, right?" But so many people were denying it, and it was just passing through my head that like, like you don't have to like him or like it itself, but you can't deny that influence is being passed through. And when you look at the 11 million people that listen to the podcast on average, I mean,
again, and that's just average. He's got episodes. The fucking Trump episode went to like 34 million in like 42 hours.
Dude, he's got 20 million subscribers on YouTube alone. Think about that's just one platform.
His Spotify deal, the only people that have bigger deals than his Spotify deal are like 5 professional athletes on the planet.
So I think I forget the exact number. I'm pretty sure it's between he gets paid like 300 to 400 million a year.
Yeah.
For Spotify.
Yeah. So okay.
He's probably keeping the lights on over there.
The actual answer is there's one person on the planet in entertainment that makes more money. And it's fucking Ronaldo. Or the other one. Whichever one has the deal with American soccer now. That's worth like $2 billion. He's got like a 30% stake in Apple TV. Like he makes millions of hundreds of millions of dollars.
I might have fluffed that a bit too much. So, and I would actually argue that AI is not accurate, but they're saying Google's AI is saying, which is pretty much Chat GPT is saying 250 million per year. Even being conservative and saying 250 million a year You can't sit there and say he's not influential or doesn't belong on this fucking bullshit
Absolutely.
list.
No longer are podcast hosts just disembodied voices in a void. YouTube, the world's largest video platform, now claims it's also the world's largest podcasting platform with 1 billion monthly viewers of podcasting content worldwide. Yeah, because Rogan puts his podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I don't mean to pause you again.
Yeah.
Breezy's brings up a good point. Like, how does Spotify afford that? Which I don't know either. Maybe that $250 million or that, multiple $100 million or $1 million deal is something that has to do with percentages of what Spotify brings into the company, which is worth the amount of money that they're saying it is. That's the only way. Because I actually agree with Breezy's. Like, there's no way they're bringing in the profit and paying him out with the profit. So they must, like, to me, it sounds like they must have had to have created a deal where, like, he gets certain percentage of proceeds or something like that, right? Like there's no way they can just outright pay him $250 million. Like, they might. The only way I could think of it is that, like, well, our company pulls in roughly, let's just throw out a random number, like 500 million a year. We'll give you this amount of money. You're not a part of the company. You can't choose, like, you don't have a seat on the board or anything like that, but you do have a right to this amount of money that we pull in throughout the year. So the overhead is, like, covering what we're going to pay you because you're bringing this amount of listeners to our application. But I don't know. It's hard to really say. Yeah, fuck, 1 billion every year or every 4 years. Yeah, I know. Like, that is the epitome of fuck you money. Like, and that's why he can say whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants on the internet. Like, other people would get like, people have tried to look at COVID. I'm sure whoever started that was probably like, oh, we've got him now. And it actually probably did a lot worse for them.
So I'll tell you how they can afford.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Breezy. Like, I really do think that it's not legitimate cash flow that they have. It's a percentage of the cash flow that they're
in 2024, Spotify made 15.6 billion euros. That's $18.3 billion. So that's, I mean, even, take 30% of that as their actual gross income.
Well, and also, Breezy, think about, it's not just the other deals he has as well. Like, obviously with YouTube, like, he must have worked something out. Like, YouTube with average streamers with 3 million subs, they're probably like, okay, this is what you get. I guarantee you, to get him back onto YouTube, they reached out to him with the, like, top level executives that were like, okay, we'd like you back.
The total deal is worth 250 million. So he's not getting 250 a year. It's a multi-year.
Oh, that also makes a lot more sense. But even still, I was also gonna bring up the point that, like, think about all the other deals that they have with other big influential people, not just Joe Rogan. So, like, how do they work that into their budget? Per contract, right? Like, that's something that I also think about, is like, okay, well, you're gonna offer this guy, and I think, Caleb, I think you're correct. He signed like a 4 or 5 year contract. So every 4 or 5 years that gets renewed, which goes to what Breezy's was saying about the 1 billion every 4 years. Like, there's no way that they would allow that to happen. So they're going to constantly they're going to have to constantly restructure that contract or just renew it, right? Every 4 years. I don't know. It's a little bit over my head.
It's also an exclusive deal. So they may be, Spotify may be getting money from other companies like YouTube or Google to put the podcast on YouTube.
It's not just, and that's what I was going to say. It's not exclusive anymore, right? Like, now that he's back on YouTube, it's just, I don't know.
So I think this deal is a. Oh no! You know what? His first. Well, it says his first exclusive deal. So I don't know if that's.
No, his first exclusive deal was Spotify. That's why he left YouTube in the first place.
Okay.
So he left, and that
his
one
first deal was exclusive. It's
Yes.
not his first. So this is not his second exclusive deal.
which I imagine is why he just listening to him over the years, I think what happened was he signed that exclusive deal, and there was chatter about how he's making like 300 to 400 million a year based off of that deal alone. And I'm pretty sure, or it was for the 5 years or for the 4 or 5 years. I'm pretty sure what had happened was that he probably realized I don't need all this money. And so he took a lower number to be able to put things back on YouTube, because the big one that benefits that is the fight nights, because when he does UFC fight nights, he does it live, and Spotify doesn't offer that. And another thing was the music, right? So he could go back to putting out things on YouTube, but if he wanted to play music, he can just play it on the Spotify version. I have to imagine for him to go to Spotify and say, "Look, I don't need this amount of money. Like, I can't even spend this amount of money. Let me post my shit on YouTube, and you only have to pay me this amount this amount of money for the next 4 years." And it's lower than the amount that they offered him initially. Because I remember when he made that deal, he made it very open that like they offered him a shitload of money to do this, which is why he initially did it. And then also YouTube was just, they were deleting episodes and stuff like that. So who knows, man? It's
Joe Rogan is not even mentioned in this article.
Well, right. It's times. I mean,
time. Singular.
Yeah, time. Yeah.
It's just, it blows my mind that you can claim to be, because she starts this art. I assume she. Well, oh. Hang on. Was Rogan no, that was the other guy in the jumper. Okay, no, I think it's. I was just saying that's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems so like obviously like you don't include this person, your entire list is just out.
Yeah. Well, listen, dude, kind of getting to that point. I got a jet. We've been going.
You gotta get ready for the real world.
Yeah.
It sucks, doesn't it?
It does. But this was this is always fun every time we do it.
Oh, 1 second. Okay. Guess who just put out a statement? Was it just 4 hours ago about the incident that happened? I'm pretty sure like 2 days ago. Sig Sauer. You heard about this, right?
No.
Okay, so the Sig, I think it's the P23, has been notorious for basically just going off.
Yes, I have heard about this, and a cop shot himself in the leg with it.
Yeah, no, I think it was a sailor. He like, or an airman. He dropped the gun on his desk, and it went off and shot him. Our hearts are with the service members and families impacted by the recent reported event at the F.E. Warren Air Force Base. We proactively offered assistance to the U.S. military as they investigate the incident and remain willing to help in furtherance of their ongoing inquiry. That's because they are about to lose the largest contract they've ever had. We can't have our pistols shooting our service members. We have absolute confidence in the military's ability to conduct a thorough investigation and are working with the Air Force and Army to answer any of their questions. The answer is get rid of the fucking gun and go back to the M9.
Yeah.
Which I've got right here.
Well, if I can walk away with a decent rifle this weekend,
It's
I'm hoping...
never accidentally gone off.
I was... Up until a few months ago, I was like considering a SIG, but yeah.
You go with... I'll send you pictures of this baby. You go with this one. I don't want to put it on here because too many people are getting destroyed for... too many people's channels are getting destroyed for putting that stuff up, but go with the M9. It's a heavy baby, but go with it.
Well, dude, I gotta cut it off.
Yep. Peace out, bud.
Hey, yeah, it was always a fun time. Chat. It was great chatting with all y'all.
Yeah. Having Risky come in and Breezy come in and bust your balls is pretty fun.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
Peace.
Okay. Walther's. So the biggest problem with Walther is or at least I think it's which one is it? Is it the P99? No, which Walther did Bond use at the start? Is it the PPK? Maybe the PPK. Yes. So the biggest problem with the Walther PPK was the slide wasn't finished on the bottom. So when you would fire it, it would come back and would cut your hand. So, to my knowledge, they haven't fixed that. It still will jump back and cut your hand. So that's the only reason I don't own one, because I don't want to get my hand cut. Plus 8 rounds. I mean, what are you gonna do with 8 rounds? Double stack is so much better. Right there, baby. Okay. I think that's gonna be about it as well. I get good. Thanks. What I am going to do is hang on. Let's see if I can do this correctly this time. Okay, so we go to YouTube Studio. I'm gonna throw y'all over to the GCA. We have to go to the stream, content, live, customization, redirect. Okay, save. Did it work? Do I have to end the stream for? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I do have to end the stream. Okay, we're gonna send y'all over to the GCA. Tell them I said hi. They got a much better person on tonight than me. So, guys, thank y'all so much. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow night on the King's Court. If you're not already subscribed over there, definitely please head over there, subscribe. We're going to go live tomorrow, and we're going to talk about all this shit that's been going on. Peace out.